You're watching Alabama's WVUA News at 5.
Coming up in home team weather, we're talking about the chance of a severe weather outbreak across parts of our state tomorrow evening and tomorrow night. Where will the risk lie and how much damage can be possible out there? Your forecast is coming up.
Lights, camera, action. Alabama may soon be home to more major Hollywood productions. Find out what could make this happen. And if you're planning to cast your vote in the presidential primary, time is almost up for you to get registered. Find out what you need to know to get ready. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Lynn Brooks.
And I'm Terry Brewer. Up first tonight, Alabama may be in the path of another destructive storm.
And right now it's calm out there, but in 24 hours, a big change may be on the way for us. A live look now over the city of Tuscaloosa from the WVUA tower camera. A beautiful sunset shaping up on the horizon, but it could look a lot different this time tomorrow. Someone who's watching this very closely, our own Chief Meteorologist Richard Scott. Hi, Richard.
Hey, Lynn and Terry, good Thursday evening to you. Watching things very close for tomorrow. Severe weather outbreak is possible across our state. We've got 76 now in the city of Tuscaloosa. This is our Tuscaloosa tower camera in the background there. 62, the dew point tipped, or south wind at 6 miles per hour. The air mass getting a little more prime for severe weather. Now, the southeast were dry at this point. A couple of showers developing in East Mississippi. These are not severe at all, but there could be a strong storm or two tonight. But a few shower storms will be possible during the overnight hours. 65 at the midnight hour. Well, what about the risk of severe weather tomorrow, and how much rain are we going to see out of this event? Your forecast is coming up.
All right, thank you, Richard. The recent severe weather that has pounded the Midwest hits close to home for the people of West Alabama.
Tuscaloosa Mayor Walt Maddox is offering the support of the Druid City. Maddox telling WVUA he's not been in touch with any mayors of those affected areas as of right now, but has notified the state's emergency management agencies that Tuscaloosa is ready to help in any way possible.
Really, the best thing right now, they're going to have great advice. The best thing we can help them is the long term. Nothing can prepare you for what happens a month after, 6 months after, even a year after. We're living that right now, and so we try to do our best to share our experiences, what we've done well, what we haven't done well, and hopefully that can help guide them as they rebuild their respective communities.
Alberta City knows the feeling of devastation cities throughout the U.S. have experienced over the past few days, but today the Tuscaloosa community was taking a step forward. Regions Bank in Alberta City held its grand reopening. Regions moved from its previous location that was damaged in the April 27th storms to just around the corner off University Boulevard East. City leaders, Alberta residents, and Regions Bank employees were all there to celebrate. Regions branch manager Jennifer Coleman says it feels good to be back.
It was such a struggle to go through what we went through, and we worked through some very tough conditions, but we were dedicated to being here for the people. So to have this new building and to be able to carry on what we've been doing before, it means a lot.
Regions City President Dan Blakely told WVUA the Alberta City branch employees have had the highest percentage in customer service over the past 10 months compared to other branches across a 3-state region.
On your election watch, Alabama's presidential primary is less than 2 weeks away, and the race is heating up just in time for the southern states to play a key role in the decision. Mitt Romney is coming off wins in Arizona and Michigan. The former Massachusetts governor is currently the front runner in the field of Republican candidates, but with many southern states like Alabama holding their primaries soon, University of Alabama political science professor Richard Fording says this race isn't over yet, and Alabama could be a speed bump on Romney's road to the nomination. And here are some key dates, important dates to keep in mind to write down in your planner. March 2nd, that's tomorrow, is the registration deadline in Alabama. Now, people who are wishing to vote on an absentee ballot have until March 8th to turn in their application, and then they have until March 12th to turn in their actual absentee ballots. If needed, the Alabama primary runoff is set for April 24th.
In news across Alabama, U.S. Coast Guard officials have recovered the wreckage of a helicopter, but the bodies of the 3 missing crew members were not inside. The MH-65C helicopter crashed Tuesday evening while on a training mission near Point Clear in Mobile Bay. One crew member was found unresponsive and later declared dead. Officials say they are continuing their search for the crewmen. Now the latest on the deadly weather system that tore a path through the Midwest. It's weakened, but the impact, of course, lasting.
Residents of the most devastated areas are surveying the damage and attempting to pick up the pieces. Reporter Sandra Endo is in hard-hit Harrisburg, Illinois, with the details. All right, and we will work to get you that story in just a moment. We apologize for the technical difficulties. Meanwhile, the severe weather is not over. Another storm is forecast to trigger tornadoes from the Ohio River Valley through the Tennessee River Valley beginning tomorrow.
WVUA is covering the Alabama legislature, where lawmakers are cracking down on criminals who use the computer as their weapon of choice. A Senate committee approved a bill creating new criminal penalties for using skimming devices to steal credit card information. It expands the law prohibiting harassment to include threats made over the internet and also cracks down on anyone who used the computer to stalk someone.
More movies and TV series could soon come to Alabama. That's thanks to some new incentives.
WVUA's Daniel Sparkman joins us now with more. Hey there, Daniel.
Hey, Lynn and Terry. Here's a behind-the-scenes look at where we bring you the news every day. TV and movie producers are always looking for good locations to shoot an upcoming production, and one thing they look for is those financial incentives. Last week, the Alabama House of Representatives unanimously passed a bill giving productions up to $20 million in incentives. The bill is now in the Senate committee for discussion with a vote expected next week. Now, the new incentives could draw more big budget films to the state like Big Fish, which was shot in the Montgomery area back in 2003. Currently, there are 3 television series filming in the state and more productions planned for this summer. Kathy Falk with the Alabama Film Office says the current incentive of $10 million isn't enough.
We are increasing that to $20 million. And that's still very moderate in this industry, but it just puts us in a better playing field against some of these states that are really doing well, Louisiana and Georgia, which they have so much more to offer. But there's a place for us in this game, so we're just trying to make room for ourselves.
And today I talked with 2 Hollywood professionals to get their take on how Alabama can draw more productions. And coming up, we'll find out what's ahead for 2012.
All right, thank you, Daniel. Well, you might want to think twice before letting your little furry friends hop in the bed with you tonight. Why that could lead to some health problems. And the Alabama Crimson Tide men's basketball team owns bragging rights over rival Auburn for another season. Gary Harris will have the details coming up for you in Alabama's home team sports.